Hi, thank you for joining us here at San Diego Technical Pros. My name is Greg. I've been a repair technician for about 33 years. I mostly work in refrigeration and HVAC. So let's go through a repair here and see if we can have the opportunity to show you what we do and to be able to earn your business. So I believe first up we have a picture of a Trio. It's a very common Samsung refrigerator. It's about 28 cubic feet. It has the ice maker in the upper left section. These tend to ice up quite a bit. So let's look at a little closer detail of the ice maker bin itself. And then we'll move on in here and pull the bin out. You see there's a certain amount of frost and ice that have accumulated on the bottom of the ice maker. That's common also. Samsung first thought they had a few issues with cracks along the edges of the box. They wanted us to fill those with silicone to seal them up, but they continued to have the frosting issues. So we move on to our next slide. You'll see when we start to take the ice maker out, you have a heavy amount of frost and ice up underneath the ice maker. And why is that? Because you have a gas loop, a Freon loop that goes through this ice maker. That's how they cool the ice up in the refrigerator section. We have to cool it somehow. Some units blow air from the freezer up to that ice compartment. This particular model has a loop right here that Freon moves through, and that cools the ice maker enough to create ice for us. So that is something you really have to be careful of if you're going to take this apart. So once we have it out, we can see the heavy amount of ice that was formed on the sides of the ice maker. We also get kind of a look at it from the side angle here. And then now we're back inside the ice room itself. Now that the ice maker's been removed, you can see that exposed gas loop. So if something were to damage this gas loop, the entire refrigerator would stop cooling. If you would create a pinhole leak or something in this. So that's why you really want to have a professional look into this. This is not one of the ice maker fixes that I consider do-it-yourself because you run the risk of ruining the entire refrigerator if you don't know what you're doing. So you want to be kind of careful on this one. So we go to our next slide. You'll see the auger assembly is what they call it. That's being pulled out. We're having trouble with this ice maker. Why would we have to pull out the auger assembly? Awesome question. Go to our next slide. You'll see we have two assemblies here. The one on the left is the original. The one on the right is the replacement. You can see that they look slightly different. You notice the one on the left, the original one, has styrofoam all on the sides. The replacement is exposed, but you'll notice that there's silver wrap around the tube there at the bottom. There you see the gray tube with the wrap on it, and then at the bottom there's like aluminum tape. That tube has been heated. So they've upgraded this a little bit to keep things from freezing. And also, according to Samsung, that fan on the top, which circulates air through the ice room, that fan has a problem with the bearing, according to them, to where the fan will intermittently stop working. And if it stops working, the air cannot circulate, so the ice cannot be produced. And then if the fan doesn't circulate, then there's a possibility of the ice that's already been made in the ice bin to start melting. So all kinds of issues they feel like are coming from this particular component. So that's being replaced in this repair. Here you get to see the ice maker side by side. The one on the right is a new ice maker, and we're also repairing or replacing that at this time as well. So we have a video to watch. This is going to take us through the process of the new ice maker and the new auger assembly have been installed. So now we're sending the ice maker through a cycle. It'll give us an opportunity to watch it and see what it does. So the ice maker has been installed, as well as the new auger case. So now we're attempting to get it to go through a manual cycle. You'll notice the ejector blades are the ones that are moving. They rotate 360 degrees. The stationary parts are called stripper blades, so they'll stay in place, and then as the ejector blades move around and grab a hold of the ice and push them up, then the ice will land upon the stripper blades, and then they'll fall into the ice bin. Here we go. We finally got the ice maker to cooperate and move through a test cycle. At this point in time, ice would be sliding off at us into the bin if we had any. So as it makes its way around, the thing we want to observe is the sound of the motor. Hear how the ice maker motor sounds as it engages through the rotation. This is very difficult because I actually can't see this happening. The only way I can ever see this happening is by taking my phone and putting it up in there and recording a video like I'm doing right now, which is part of everything we do. When we do service, we take picture documentation just like I've done here. We shoot a video of the final product of the unit working as it should. We do all these things with every repair. That way we have a reference to know what has been done on each repair. And then as a customer, you have peace of mind to know that your unit has been properly tested and you can verify for yourself that it works. It seems like so many times companies come in, they tell a customer something, they move this, they move that, they make an adjustment, and they say, yeah, that fixed it. They may only charge a small amount of money, just like a service call fee or something, but then they leave, the unit doesn't work, and then they never come back. So I think that's probably part of the biggest fear that some people have with repairs, is making sure they get somebody they can trust, knows what they're doing. And people are willing to, or pay for good service. So that's what we want to make sure we give is high quality, top-notch professional service. So we can see the ejector blades coming around to us right now. So if we did have ice in the ice maker, there would be a cube corresponding to each one of those blades. And those cubes would be coming towards us because where I'm holding the phone is the area that would drop, has the opening to allow the ice to drop into the ice bin. So these blades are going to come up. They're going to, which I think is really kind of ingenious thing that Samsung does, is Samsung brings these ejector blades all the way down to the strippers. And then you'll notice in this video that they're going to return back up a little bit. Other ice makers do not do that. Other ice makers, they have a home position, and their home position is right about here. And the ice is to fall off, and sometimes the ice does not fall off, it gets stuck. But the nice thing about this particular Samsung ice maker is you'll notice that these ejector blades are going to come all the way down, and they're going to eventually stop. Getting close. And then they're going to return back to a home position. So you'll notice them coming back up. They're headed to that home position. And it's roughly like a 1 o'clock position, thereabouts. And when they get there, if you notice in the back right corner, here comes the water. So puts in a certain amount of water for the ice maker. And we've now put it through a complete test cycle. So we're confident that the ice maker now works. So we appreciate sharing this with you today. We appreciate your time. We're here to answer questions if you need. But we just want to make sure that you have full confidence in us to be able to take care of your service issues, no matter whether it's a Samsung, whatever refrigerator you have, we'd love to take care of you. Thank you again. Have a good day.